today I'll be showing you a great way to attract snakes near where you live or where you want snakes to come using tin and boards. So right here's an example of how you can use the tin to attract the animals. So tin heats up under the sun, and so do things like wooden boards or old like doors or something. And so that heat heats these up, and then that's what snakes and some lizards they'll like be attracted to that heat because they want to be able to warm up since they have to thermoregulate. So when you come up to one of the boards, you might end up finding snakes or lizards under or above them. And basically you want to take boards like this and just lie them in. You can lie them in fields, in woods, near like the edges of woods, around your house, just wherever there may be snakes in the area. So then chances are they might come to this. Not necessarily, but they could. So I'm gonna flip this piece. I can talk more about flipping the tin later, but I'll just go ahead and do it. Okay, so where do you find the boards or tin that you use for this? There's different places you can find them. If there's any old like abandoned buildings around where you live, you can actually remove them from the roofs because it used to be like lots of barns or buildings, sheds, even houses would have tin as roofing. So you can use that. Sometimes it just falls. You can grab those pieces. Be careful with it. It's sharp. It's metal. And since it's old, there could just be like germs on it. So just be careful. But you can get them from places like that if you're allowed to go in those areas. You can also just use like pieces of wood, like sheets of wood. You can even just buy these. You can just buy tin. But even if you don't have stuff like this, you can just like pile up sticks. You kind of just want to be able to make places the snakes can feel comfortable in and maybe heat up in. So like a pile of sticks that can go into that pile and feel comfortable, or a bunch of pieces of wood, maybe like a bunch of cement blocks. You can kind of just build a little something for them to like crawl on, crawl under, be in, and warm up in. So kind of just like with all herping, it's based a lot around luck. You're just gonna have to check back often. You can check back a couple weeks after you put the tin down, and you can check it as often as you like. Because one day there could be something, the next day there couldn't. But I usually check mine like a couple times a week. Okay, so the next thing, where do you put this tin and boards that you find? I sort of said already, but you can put them in fields that you might be nearby. You can put them in like little patches of woods or larger patches of woods. It's good to do it. You'll have a lot of luck if you put it like on the edge of a field and woods. So like if you have woods and then it's your house, you can put it right on the edge right there. And then snakes like those areas because they have kind of both of those areas. They can maybe go hunt for mice in the field and then go back and stay in the woods or stay under your tin. And even if you found snakes around the area that you're at, like maybe there's a spot, maybe there's some snake holes that you see a lot, you could put them maybe near those snake holes to kind of get the snakes to come out and hang out around that tin and stuff. It might take some trial and error with different places you put it and what kind of boards you use, what kind of tin you use, what sizes, what times a day. There's also different times a day you should maybe check it. Like usually herps are out in the morning and evening, and then also at the hottest parts of the day, that might be the time they go out to the tin. If it's too hot, maybe that's when they won't be at the tin. You'll just have to kind of figure out how it is where you live because it's different everywhere. It can just be different here, and like if I go somewhere 10 minutes away, it could be totally different based on like how the area is. So yeah, there's not too many details I can give you because it matters so much on where you are, but that's kind of how you can get started. Once you find some tin or some wooden boards or just whatever you think might work, you can just put those out in different places, see if anything starts to show up. Certain pieces, like I move different pieces around, so if there's nothing under a piece like 3 weeks in a row, I don't know, then I might move it to put it somewhere else, see if that spot works better, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so see what's behind me right now? All that back there, that's a big pile of just trash like out of a house or something. And it's like different pieces of wood, different sticks, it has some doors. There's probably snakes in places like that, so maybe you can just find the spots. But yeah, I'm not saying you definitely shouldn't litter or anything. but if there's just big pieces of stuff you can put out, then you can do something like that. Again, be careful around these areas. There can be venomous snakes there depending on where you live. You don't know what else could be under there. Like, I've seen other like little mammals and stuff. Just because you're attracting snakes doesn't mean there won't be other things. There can also be spiders and like spiders, other bugs, stuff like that. So just be careful and aware of what you're doing. But yeah, that's kind of just the very basics on how you can get started on attracting snakes around where you live, or you want to bring them in nature, like in fields and stuff. So maybe this helped you out a bit. If you have more questions about it, as always, you can feel free to ask me. But yeah, that's it for this. I'm Alex, and thanks for watching.